Hello everybody, welcome to another video. Today, I'll be showcasing every Titan in Legend of the Bonesword RPG. A quick announcement, I really do appreciate all the views we got in the last video. I mean, it got 1.5k in basically a week, and that is amazing. Basically the biggest video on my channel, and I really appreciate all the support and comments you guys gave. One person requested that I make a showcase on all of the Titans, so this video is dedicated to them. The video after this will most likely be a guide on how to get the Interstellar Bones, since the next update will probably be about it. I'm recording this as the last Titan portal is not finished, so that may be why I haven't shown it until a later footage. Anyways, we'll get started. In this video, I will be showcasing basically everything about the Titans you need to know. I'll be showcasing the Titan, how it works, its special abilities, the room it's in, the portal to access it, the level needed to access it, and what the weapon does, which we will use on the training dummy. If you don't know how to get to the Titan portal area, you go to spawn, and it's right above you. If you jump up, there should be this little platform with like a void-looking door, and you'll need to be level 60k plus to get inside. Once you go in, there are a bunch of portals, and you can go on the one you need to fight the Titan you want to fight. But yeah, that's basically all there is to it. And with that out of the way, let's get to the first Titan. For the first Titan, we have the Lava Titan, I believe it is. The portal is level 60k plus to access, and he is Titan Volcanus, the Fire Titan, not the Lava. My bad. He has a bunch of magma skeletons, which are like just normal enemies that you could probably kill. Probably give XP like any other enemy in the game. And I think he's inside of a volcano, so that's what the field looks like. If you want a large view of the field, here's what it looks like. And yeah, the floor looks like magma, but don't worry, it doesn't burn you. And as for Titan Volcanus, if he hits you, I'm pretty sure, yeah, he lights you on fire, and it might do damage over time, but I don't think it does. Once you kill him, he gives quite a bit of levels, which I can't pinpoint. But he also drops the Eruptor, which is basically like the sword he uses. And its special ability is quite useful. If you kill something with it, it'll make a explosion, which I'm guessing kills other enemies around it, which we can test on these guys if we make them gather around. If I hit this one, the explosion kills the other ones around it. And that's what most of the blades do. They have like an area of effect, and it can hit multiple enemies at once, which is very good for grinding. The damage it does is 3 million. If you have max crit chance, it will do 12 billion. Yeah, 12 billion. And with that out of the way, let's get to the next Titan. The next Titan on the list is Titan Fulmen, which is the Lightning Titan, and his portal is the 70k plus one, right after the Fire Titan's portal. Once you go in, you'll be greeted by a cloud-like area with some windows. I can't exactly describe where it is, but I don't know, it looks like some place in the heavens or something. He has little enemies, much like the magma skeletons in the previous area. He has thunderclouds, which if they hit you, I'm pretty sure might paralyze you. No, my bad. The Titan itself, if it hits you, it paralyzes you and you cannot move for a second. So that's what his ability is, and if you kill him, you get Fulmen's Wrath, which is basically his scythe. It is a thunder scythe, and when you hit something... Let me get to the spawn. Once you hit something, it should have a special ability, which I think it does. We have to go kill a swarm of enemies at the same time. If you hit one, it like zaps the other enemies around it, which is, you know, another area of effect weapon, which all of them are. And basically it does 12 billion damage as well, which might be a glitch because the last sword also did that much. Let me check how much this one does. This one does 6 billion at base. So I have no idea why it's doing this, but I'm pretty sure it will be different for you. Like that just did 24 billion. Maybe it's just capped on these specific enemies, 24 billion, yeah. So it appears to be different every time, but I'm sure that's a bug, and it might get fixed in the future. Let's go on to the next Titan. This next Titan is Titan Glacies, the Ice Titan, and it is the 80,000 plus portal in the portal room. he has more enemies for, basically like his guards, and they are Ice Wisps. The Titan itself, Titan Glacies, is the Ice Titan, and if he hits you, he freezes you. So much like Titan Fulmen, he is able to paralyze you basically, and you will not be able to move, and he will get a lot of damage off on you. Once you kill him, you'll be rewarded with the Permafrost. Oh, and also, I forgot to mention, this area looks like, an ice sculpted area. It has like little iceberg things. I'm pretty sure the Titan that himself is doing that. He might be like freezing the area around him. But yeah, that's what the area is. And if we go to spawn, we can test the Permafrost, which does 10 billion damage. So like, now we're stepping up a digit. And once you hit an enemy, it should summon a Frost Cloud, if I remember. I think there has to be other enemies around, like most of these weapons. If we bring these guys over here, we hit one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a giant Frost Cloud comes over and starts raining, and it should hit everything else under it. Oh no, it freezes them, my bad. Once the cloud is summoned, it freezes everything under it, and then they can't move, allowing you to get more damage off of them. So it's a very useful weapon. And it does 40 billion if you have full crit chance. And it seems to always do that much, so this weapon is not broken. Let's get on to the next Titan. This next Titan is Titan Terra, the Earth Titan, I believe, and that is the 90,000 plus portal. Once you go in, you are greeted by a terraformed area around you, which is mostly lifelike, and you will be greeted by evil bushes, which seem to be like minions, which are normal enemies. And Titan Terra himself has a staff, which I'm pretty sure can hit you from any range. No, he can only hit you melee, but he can also paralyze you once he hits you with the staff, and it's hard to get out of, so try not to get stuck in it. But once you kill him, you are rewarded with the Evergrowth, which is a staff, and you don't see many of those this late game, but it does 20 billion damage, which is a step up from the last weapon, and when you hit something with it, it does 80 billion damage. And I don't think it has a special effect since it is a staff, but it does do an insane amount of damage, and it's guaranteed to do that every time. And it's a ranged weapon, so you don't have to get into the fight necessarily to do any damage. But yeah, let's get on to the next Titan. This next Titan is Titan Venenum, the Poison Titan, and it is the 100,000 plus portal. Once you enter it, you'll be greeted by the Titan himself and his blade. He seems to be in an intoxicated area where there's a lot of what looks like toxic substances, dangerous ones, and it seems like this is where they contain him with a lot of pipes. That's what the area is mostly like. You can climb up on these, so like I guess you could hit him if you have a ranged weapon. And his ability is he can poison you when he hits you, so he does damage over time on you, so he doesn't really have to be continuously hitting you to lower your health. So watch out for that. And once you kill the Poison Titan, you'll be rewarded with Misfortune. Now, this is one of my favorite blades, mainly because instead of area of effect damage, what it does is you can't really see it with very low level enemies, but it does poison them and do damage over time. You can even see if I kill one while it's dead, it does get damage done to it over time, and this weapon does 30 billion to 40 billion damage, and once you hit someone, if you have max crit chance, it does 139 billion, which is like a big step up from the last weapon. So you should be able to kill Titans fairly fast with this, if it's the Titans around the level that you got this from. And with that out of the way, let's get to the next Titan. Next Titan is Titan Inanis, which is the Void Titan. This one, instead of going up by 10k every time, much like the last level portals, you will now be going up by 25,000. So this portal is level 125,000, and once you enter, you're greeted by the Titan and a very big hallway. There's some light red glows glowing through the windows, which could be representing something catastrophic coming up. And there's the Titan itself. This is my personal favorite Titan mechanic-wise, because if you get close to him, he will try to hit you with his weapon and suck you into a black hole that he spawns, well, pretty much anywhere near you. And he will continue to do this to paralyze you and hit you. So unless you have a weapon that you can hit him from range, you will have quite the struggle fighting him. Once you kill him, you get his weapon, the Despair. This weapon is also one of my favorites, because when you get the Despair, which does 80 billion damage, you can kill enemies, which will spawn a void in the air, and it will suck all of the enemies in. This is my personal favorite for grinding if you're grinding on lower level enemies like the Bone Lord and his minions, and it's very useful. It does 160 billion or 320 billion damage, which is like a massive amount. And by now you should have guaranteed crit chance, so I'm assuming it does this much for you as well. And with that out of the way, let's get to the next sword. Or Titan, my bad. This next Titan is Titan Vortex, which is the Air Titan. It is the level 150,000 plus portal in the portal lobby. Once you go in, you will find he has a bow. And he is in a giant room with a lot of pillars surrounding. And I'm guessing the reason why the room is so big and spacious is because he's the Air Titan and needs to move around a lot. Now, I haven't personally got hit by this before, but he spawns a tornado, and much like the other enemies, it basically gets you stuck in an area you can't escape, and he will continue to hit you many times. So this one's also very, very hard to kill, but once you can, you will be given the Jet Stream. Now this is super cool because this and the Life Titan both give you weapons that you can use at a range. This does 160 billion damage, and basically you can hit things from basically wherever. It does 640 billion damage, but no special effects. I think it actually might shoot many bullets, maybe 2 at a time, but either way, it still does a lot of damage and might not even need 2 bullets to OHKO anything in the game, besides the ending Titan. And with that out of the way, let's get to the next Titan. This next Titan is Titan Aureus, the Gold Titan. It is the level 175,000 plus portal in the portal lobby, and at first you'll be like, there's a lot of yellow here, and spinning gears with what looks like golden blocks. And the reason why is this is the Gold Titan's domain. If you were to ask me why he's in that area, I'd say it's to preserve the shininess of his gold, even though it doesn't look like it's working because his armor looks kind of rusted. Now, at first, I thought his sword was a spear because I'm pretty dumb, but it's actually not. I haven't seen what it's like to get hit by this enemy, so this is going to be my first time, but it doesn't seem like he does anything. At first I thought he might do damage over time, but that is not the case. He seems to just attack you normally, with gold dropping around. His sword has a very cool ability, and I'll show it to you after I defeat him, and he drops the Gold Rush. Now the cool thing about the Gold Rush is it's not like other weapons, in the sense that they have cool perks to killing enemies. When you kill an enemy, you will get a lot of gold. You can see down the corner. Oh, and it has area of effect damage. I forgot about that. There's them basically in the golden statues. And when you kill them, as you can see on my gold counter, my gold goes up. So any mob you kill with this, I think it might multiply the amount of gold they give you, or it could just give you a set amount. But it does 500 billion damage, and with crit rate at 100%, you do 2 billion, or maybe there's a different amount, but I think you just do 2 billion. Yeah, you just do a stable 2 billion. But this sword is really, really good for grinding money if you need to, and yeah, with that out of the way, let's get to the next Titan. This next Titan is Titan Vitreus, the Crystal Titan. Once you go in, the 200,000 plus portal in the portal lobby, which is on the upper half, you will be greeted by what looks like a mining area, and there's a lot of crystals and minecarts. That's obviously because he's the Crystal Titan and probably needs to exist way far below the surface so crystals can form. He has a spear, which is what I thought the Gold Titan had, but this guy actually does have one, and when he hits you, I think he paralyzes you much like some of the other Titans. He does a lot of damage, and as you can see, even with max health in the game, he is draining me very, very quickly. But once you kill him, you get his weapon, the Koliak Operates, and once you have it, you can use it on enemies, and honestly, I do not remember what the ability of this weapon is. I'm trying to find out where it is in my inventory. Here it is. It does 1 trillion, I believe, 1 trillion damage, and when you hit an enemy with it, it appears to do nothing special, actually. This weapon is just a really, really, really good damage weapon. I think it might have extended reach. Oh no, there it goes. It summons little, like, crystal things around it that kill other enemies. And the amount of damage it does if you have max crit chance is 4 trillion damage, which is, like, massive. That is a lot of damage to get off, because, of course, it's the first one in the trillion, so you're going to see a lot of damage you haven't seen before. But with that out of the way, I think it's time to move on to the next Titan. This next Titan is Titan Solis, the Solar Titan. Now these portals will be going up by level 50k instead of 25k, so the next portal is 250k to access. This area looks like it has a lot of lava and such, which is not really fitting for a Solar Titan since I think it's mostly like a space type thing, but who knows, maybe it's just meant to be like the sun and really hot. But this area looks like mines as well, but way deeper. It's got some lanterns on the side and upper platforms, and this is mostly what the layout will be like from here on out for some Titan. Once you go up to him, he has a hammer, and when he hits you with it, he will do a lot of damage. Once you kill him, you'll be rewarded with the Solaris. Solaris is my favorite weapon from any Titan, which I know I might have said that quite a couple times, but as you can tell, as soon as I pull it out, it does damage, and basically you have a sun above your head that automatically kills enemies around. This is insanely good for grinding, especially since the damage is 2 trillion. You can almost insta-kill anything in the game with this, so if you just want to AFK without an auto-clicker, you probably could, except for the fact that you'd get kicked for being inactive. But this weapon is super amazing, and you don't even have to attack to do any damage. And if you have your max crit chance, it does 2 trillion, I believe. Maybe 2 quadrillion. This next Titan is Titan Duplex, the Duality Titan. It is the level 300k plus portal in the portal lobby. Once you go in, you are greeted by a black and white area. And honestly, I don't know what Duplex means. I'll probably put it on the screen now so you can understand. But it kind of just looks like a room with a lot of pillars and, I don't know, kind of a monochrome vibe. But this Titan has a giant scythe, and when he hits you with it, I'm not sure what happens. He just gets a lot of damage off, and I need to kill him before he kills me because he kills me pretty fast. But when you do, you get the Duality Devourer, which is by far my favorite design weapon from the Titan. It does, overall, 4 trillion damage, and when you kill something with it, it spawns a little black ball in the sky that explodes and should kill things around it. You can usually aim where it goes, and once it explodes, it kills the things around it. And it does 16 trillion sometimes and 4 trillion other times if you have max crit rate. And with that out of the way, let's get on to the next Titan. The next Titan is Titan Subtus, the Water Titan. This is the level 350,000 plus portal in the portal lobby. Once you go in, the atmosphere is a lot like underwater, but there is no water around, so do not be worried. There's a bunch of floating jellyfish is what I imagine these to be, and a bunch of runes on the walls. There's also a bunch of coral and rocks, so there's a bunch of like water capsules as well. And the overall Titan looks like Cthulhu, which if you don't know who he is, I don't know who you are. I don't want to know who you are. But when you kill this Titan, you are rewarded with... Oh, and by the way, he doesn't do anything special, so don't worry about it. Once you kill him, you're rewarded with the Wrath of the Sea, and what it does, I don't remember, but I think it looks really cool. It apparently does 8 trillion damage, which is a massive amount. It just keeps getting way higher from here. And when you kill something, I don't think it does anything special. Maybe you have to have multiple enemies around. Yeah, it summons like a tsunami of sorts, and it does 16 trillion damage with max crit chance, and just 32 trillion to single enemies if you hit them directly with the sword. Out of the way, let's get on to the next Titan. This next Titan is Titan Mars, the War Titan. It's the 400,000 plus portal in the portal lobby, and once you enter, you're in sort of a coliseum. And then you're greeted by a gladiator enemy, which is Titan Mars. Once you get close to him, he should summon in many small recruits, but it doesn't look like he's doing that this time. A lot of the time he does. Yeah, like that. There's a bunch of like small guys around him. They might give you XP, so this might be the best place to grind at this level. And once you kill him, you get the Glory, which is like a hammer, but it has like 4 side things to it. I have no idea. But it does 16 trillion damage. And when you hit an enemy with it, all the other enemies get flung, and it does a lot of damage. The amount of damage it does 64 trillion with max crit chance. And like that is massive. So like this is a really good weapon for grinding as well because area of effect damage, and it seems to work at any range. Well, very close to like, it seems like the farthest ranged weapon you can use, like if you're trying to do area of effect. And with that out of the way, let's get to the next Titan. The next Titan is Titan Vita, the Vitality Titan, also known as the Life Titan. Once you enter, it's not as lifelike as you thought, and there's a lot of rituals and like blood, I like to think that is, around, and the Titan itself looks insane. Once you get close to it, it will do a lot of damage, even with the max health in the game, but when you kill it, you get the Dread. This is the sword that came out today, and, well no, this came out yesterday, my bad, and it does 32 trillion damage. When you kill something, if something else is near, it doesn't appear to do anything. Maybe it's just broken? Oh, never mind. Okay, it spawns in, like, black, like, fog, I suppose. And when it spawns that in, it does a lot of damage to the other enemies around that one. Right now, it seems to be not working as well, but it does 1.2 E plus 14 damage if you have max crit chance. Which, I mean, now we're getting to the section where they have to use, like, the E additions to the numbers, and that's kind of crazy.
It's Chucky. Don't look complacent, wearing those rags, you ain't adjacent. Lucky I'm flying, you look basic. Look in her eyes and I feel like taking it for the win. Her dad be evil, no twin. Skin perp like the Sprite sipping. He opened his gap and you wouldn't believe with the sound of an angel when he's spitting.